6 BEAN Medley for supper today. 6 BEAN Medley for supper today. Natengeneza maharagwe na ya chakula ya jioni. Achabe ng'endek raini amitwogik chebo lang'at. Ng'endek raini amitwogik chebo lang'at. Natengeneza maharagwe leo ya chakula ya jioni hapa Canada, Nova Scotia province, Halifax city. Making 6 BEAN medley. So I'm having for supper today here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province of Canada. My name is Canadian SIMBA from Kenya, and I'm retired now. Just taking it easy. Well, I was planning to retire like fully. I've been volunteering and doing a lot of community work here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province, Canada, for over 25 years. And I was planning to retire, just take it easy, live a contemplative life, pray, meditate, run, and just do a little volunteer work here and there. Just like any other retired person, just taking it easy. And just mentoring young people to carry on good work and stuff like that. And then some Nova Scotians, few of them actually, started feeling jealous about the good energy of SIMBA, Canadian SIMBA from Kenya. Good energy of Canadian SIMBA from Kenya, retired gentleman, nice Canadian SIMBA from Kenya. Anyway, so I thought about it, and I talked to community members, and talked to the police, and talked to people from the country I came here from, which is the Kenyan High Commission, and I talked to family and friends and community members and leaders and government officials in Canada, all that stuff. They did all that due diligence, just checking with my mom. My mom is Mary. Her name is Mary. She's in her 90s, going to 100. Just checking and like, what do you think about this, ma'am? What do you think about this? Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't agree. It's just how it is with family and parents. But anyways, every family like that. Even sometimes as an individual, there's some things you do that you don't agree with, and things you do that you agree with, and whatever. Other people you agree with, other people you don't agree with. It's just how it is in human life and society. See. Anyway, so just check this and that and the other and the other. And then so many people are telling me you should consider running for leadership. You should consider this, you should consider that. Or just do your PhD and I don't know, just like something that you can work on as you face into retirement. Then you can teach others about Chamge, wise philosophy. It's the original wise philosophy of humanity. Anyway, so it's a philosophy of love, wise philosophy of love, original humanity. It's called Chamge. Anyway, so that's what I've been teaching for the past 25 years and practicing, and just around the world, not just here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province, also in Kenya and in India, in Asia, and in other countries. Visited in other parts of Africa and in Europe, and also like passed by the USA, but it was, I don't know, who wants to go to the USA? There are just too many arrogant people there. Anyway, so they are arrogant people anyway, everywhere in the world, but it's just too much there because they feel that they are controlling the world and the empire and the everything, but they are not. The control is with all humanity. The control is all with the people. So why would a few people think they control the world? Just because they have bombs or a big army or this and the other. That's just greed and corruption and stupidity. But Shakespeare said that he was talking about the same people that are trying to control the US or Canada and claim to control the world, including now the Chinese. My landlord is Chinese. and he also like participates in all the bullying and all that stuff. But he's whatever. You try and talk to him, and he says, no, they're not bullies. But he's the one that's using his money, and they're bullying his house, they're bullying his tenants, he's bullying his own tenants. He comes here, he yells at, why you yell at your tenants? They're paying you and supporting your family and like whatever, contributing towards the success of your family. So he's yelling at his own family's success and good luck and everything. But anyways, you just leave him alone, because like, just try and do good wherever you are and move on with life. Live on. You can't really reason with bullies or reason with people that don't want to reason, so just leave them alone. Anyways, yeah, so this bean soup that I'm making, the bean soup, is not bullying the oven or the other, or this microwave, not bullying the other one. So why are human beings? Shakespeare was right. He said, when we are born, we cry, for we have arrived in this grand stage of fools. Shakespeare was right, actually. And I try not to quote too many things. I try to refer to a few things on and on. And George Orwell was right. He said that in this world, the problem is some pigs want to be more greedy than others. So Shakespeare's quote is from Romeo and Juliet. And the George Orwell quote is from what? Is from Animal Farm. I could quote many others. Other people can quote so many others that are relevant to many other situations, or even this situation. But that's enough. Because that describes our society, and also they were talking that time about whatever empire was there. Who knows whatever it was during Shakespeare's time. Other people can research that and find that out. See. The other one I just find interesting is the story of Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Then Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Do you know what that means? Humpty Dumpty was the leadership of the, I don't know, British or European or whoever it is that was controlling empire. I think they control empire, whatever. Nobody can control whatever else in humanity but themselves. So why you want to control money, banks and empire and people and country and all this? Who knows why? You just contribute a little here to human service and whatever. Then they get greedy with power, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So when they think they are world leaders and world empires, they are not. They just turn into great fools. Anyways, yeah. So that's how it is. That's how it is. It's just how the cookie crumbles. So now, the Roman Empire collapsed. See, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall and had a great fall. The British Empire collapsed or transformed to whatever, something else that is just versions of this. It looks like it's okay, but it has a lot of weakness within it, because they carry forward the weakness from one to the other, from the Roman Empire to the Greek Empire to the, I don't know, who knows, Ottoman Empire to Turkish Empire to whatever else there has been. But there are some leaders, I don't know if it's all of them or some of them or who knows. There are some leaders that have something called compassion and kindness and love, or that make judgments that are just, justice, try and follow something called law and order. But be careful about law and order, because law and order, it could be just the law of the day. It depends on how it's implemented and used. So it's like a spoon, or I can use this to hit the oven or whatever. Bang, bang. And or to hit the window, break the window, or to hit someone else, whatever. It's this same tool here. So the law is just a tool. And it just does regulation, and these other, all rules and regulation are just tools. Human rights and all these other things are tools. Common sense is a tool. So it depends on how well it is used. Family values are tools. It depends on how they're used. See? Raising children and how we raise them, or family and or individual life, choices, those are just tools. It depends on how we use the choices and what we want to do with them, and what we want to do with our time, our lifetime, and our money, and our whatever opportunities we have, whatever intelligence or a lot of it, the lack of it, or whatever type of intelligence. Everyone is a genius in their own way. So, yeah, so the tricky thing is, just remember this, that evil people use a lot of energy. They need a lot of power, a lot of organization, a lot of this, because they operate on a very low level of energy. The lowest level of energy of all is something called racist people. Racists are the ones that have the narrowest minded, what do you say, perspective or thinking patterns in humanity. See, because they're operating on a very narrow-minded aspect of something called tribalistic or tribalism. See, it's just judging someone by nose type or hair type or skin type or color of the eyes or whatever. That's why when you go to get a passport or get a license or this, yes, what's your hair color? What's your height? What's your this? All the data they're using to determine who they can privilege and who to discriminate. It's just how it is. See? They're not trying to identify you. They identify you. Yes, they're trying to identify you, but it's not for a genuine purpose. They're using it for their own ulterior motives. It's the same way when you go to church and you're like, oh, I'm a member of this church. I don't know, or you go to mosque, or you go to this, or you put on a burqa, or you put on a hijab, or you put on I don't know, whatever Catholic clothes there, the monk, Franciscan, and all this other, they put on black, they put on gray, they put on whatever. See, or you put on nursing uniform and military uniform and police uniform, or whatever. Or you work in government and they give you an ID and a number and all this stuff. They're just using you and tracking you, my friends. You become a civil servant and endangered servant for life. See, just how it is. You may say, oh, yeah, all other people in the country have something called a SIN card, social insurance number, or medical number, or all these other numbers, driving license number, or whatever. See, these are just to keep track of people, see. They are used for something called population control. And this is what's called the general population, the one that's outside or gets to play outside. And they look like they have freedom, but they are much more prisoners than the ones that are even in solitary, or the ones that are they have chosen to escape by, either using drugs or chosen to escape by, I don't know, just like operate in a level of poverty that they just don't worry about greed and money, or even the ones that live a spiritual life and just live a contemplative life. See, so the biggest prisoners of all are something called the middle class and the rich. See, those are the biggest slaves of all, and then leading them is this blind sheep that is called leaders of whatever or whoever, or especially the ones that use corruption, greed, and whatever type of human foolishness that is selfish motives. See? Well, we are not all altruistic. Some are a little more than others. Very few are like that anyway. See, but majority are just a mixture of this and the other, and sometimes they're these towards whom they like or towards who they appreciate, and then they turn to be evil, or they pretend to be nice and they just turn away a blind eye to the suffering of others when they don't give a shit about the person suffering. See? Or whatever. See, in whichever society, here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province, Canada, especially because it's like stuck in the back of time of 1600s or 1700s or 1400 thinking patterns, and also the lifestyle and the buildings and all this economy is still very, very, very backward. Well, there's advances. We have bus system, we have road system, we have a healthcare system, but the same healthcare system is getting retarded, let alone all the problems that come with modern life, like people getting more things with cancer, more things with this, more things with the other. This is because of lifestyle issues and stuff. So the philosophy and the ideas of government, for example, change the the healthcare system in Nova Scotia here used to be called Capital Health. Capital means for everybody. Capital means it's an investment with the community to I don't know. It's I don't know if it's capitalize is the correct word, but to give advantage to everybody. So that was the idea of the healthcare system, and then they changed it to Nova Scotia Health, which means New Scotland Health. That's the name of the province, name of the Scottish New Scotland people. See, does that represent everybody? Do you think so? Does it represent everybody in Nova Scotia or not? You share your ideas, does it? Or does it not? Is it just for the Scottish and anyone that looks like Scottish? And anyone serving there that's close to whatever it is, skin color, the Scottish, see, which is considered white. There's no one white like this organ. Yeah, geez, or a piece of paper or whatever, who knows? Yeah, but whatever. Anyway, so unless they're a ghost or whatever, some kind of freaky thing. So let's assume they're white and they have good pale skin and whatever. So they want to give the benefits to those and exclude all the others. See? However, in the healthcare system or in the legal system or any other education system, there are these ones that are there for the right reasons. Majority are there probably just to make money and to have status or like whatever. See? Today I was chatting with my friend and she's a retired doctor and the wife is a retired RN or registered nurse. We're just chatting, having coffee somewhere there on South Park Street outside the Uncommon Grounds. Cafes, the only cafe really in the community besides further down towards the waterfront and Barrington Street is Tim Hortons cafes, but here in this community this is the only cafe. So anyway, we're just sitting out there having lunch and whatever, just chatting. Retired people just taking it easy, chatting and whatever, I don't know, encouraging young people doing this, the other, just whatever, and talking about grandchildren, children, and the way the world is, the way the past was, the way the current life is, the way the future may or may not be, who knows. I just taking it easy, see. So they were retired, came there for lunch, and we sat together, had lunch. And we're just chatting about stuff like that and whatever. Anyway, and then I went from there to met another friend and we worked all the way from there, the restaurant, all the way to YMCA. And I was with our friend and then met other lovely people in the community, just taking it easy. See, after being here 24 years, it's a small, very small community in Halifax. You get to know people and all that. So you can imagine the people that have been here 200-300 years, they know, or the Aboriginal people have been here long years, generations, maybe millions, trillions of years, who knows, I don't know, anyway. So yeah, so they probably know this society way much better than I do. Or I don't know, hopefully it's a good way. And as best as possible, though human nature has its effects. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what was happening. I went to the public garden and there are these people following SIMBA, Canadian SIMBA, retired Canadian SIMBA around. I'm like, why are you following a retired person? These young people, they just come there, stand and stare. Oh, you freaking... Today I was like here, in this sink here, just trying to use the sink. I tell the young man there, hey, can I use the sink? Excuse me. And he just stands there blocking the sink. Who the fuck raised someone like that who just, if it's his father or mother or like a brother or sister or his friend or whoever he respect or whatever, he would appreciate and say, oh, even people that don't respect the other would be like, it's common sense, use the sink, move that way, let me use the sink and then you can come back, do whatever. If you want to use it, I move this way. It's just like, you're not there for forever, just a couple of seconds or minutes. So you can't reason with people like that, just leave them alone, see? What do you do with them? See? But the problem is not these ones that are bullies. It's whoever is profiting from it, whoever is benefiting from it. So the problem is the landlord. See? If the landlord wants there to be peace and harmony and good relations and whatever discipline and cleanliness and all this, then there will be the cleanliness and good house rules and all that. But if the landlord is one being a bully, yelling at people and all this, like just interested in money, doesn't give a shit about the people there, or pretends he does, but it's just fake and whatever. All he cares about himself and the family. Or whatever. See, this house is owned by a Chinese fella. He's caring. I mean, he takes care of the garbage. He built a good house. He fixed the roof the other day. But when he comes to collect some money, he yells at people. Why you yell at people when you want the money? The money is to help you and your family, whatever. You're yelling at your own profit. And then he try and kick people for. He try and kick the good people out and keep the bullies. Why they do that? Unless he himself is a bully and he's like, oh, this. Then people try and talk to him about that Wednesday. Can we open the windows? He said no. Can we like, I don't know, whatever he said no. And then he lets the bullies do whatever they want. And then now the bullies are saying, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So, and then the bullies call them landlord and all the others motherfucker. See, the bullies do that. How you do that, man? Landlord is our father. Like he's the what do you say? He's not necessarily but he's like the father figure in the house. See, or whatever. See, or the grandfather figure or whatever. Who knows? Whatever. See, but the same people probably do not have good upbringing. So they may not even understand that concept of respect your father and your mother. Or they may not understand the sort of ethics or like good moral values or good hygiene or good whatever, who knows, whatever else, the good things in life. See? I was talking to another friend yesterday or today about it, and she said, it's just like they have like trauma, like bullies have trauma and baggage that they either have not dealt with or they don't know about, or like they're just choosing to be idiots. So what do you do with that? Just leave them alone. They could be in government, they could be like in gangs in the community, probably these same people here that are trying to harass him are the ones hanging out, hiring the gangs. So who knows, the police may be a gang themselves. Who knows what the freak goes on in all these other, behind the closed doors of these other organizations, government and society and all that. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff going on anyway. See, it's a tragedy when the person that's meant to be a father figure or mother figure, whatever, is the one harming some of the people in the house, or protecting the ones that are evil, or like, what kind of human society and family does that, or culture and heritage does it? See, I have no idea why or how, what. I ain't no philosopher or professor yet. I try and just think about simple things in life like that. Just make observations and whatever and live my simple life. And then I go and meditate and pray about it, and I figure out, oh yeah, what's going on? I don't know, whatever. See? And then tomorrow is a new day. Hopefully today was a beautiful, good day, and then whatever. And life goes on and whatever. Just how it is, who knows really. See? But on the other hand, we know enough to be able to get along from moment to moment and day to day and stuff like that. Just waiting for this soup to cool as we chat. You may be like, what the heck is this one doing? You see, they're waiting for this thing to cool a little bit. I probably could serve it a little bit. Show you how it is. And then say adios, 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 amigo, amigo, amigo. Asante sana, missing much on yours. Weka kwa bakuli chakula. Just putting this in the bowl here. See. How do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? Yeah, so just figure out stuff. Even a child will like, how does this fit together? Yeah, had a wonderful day there, as always. Every day is wonderful. It's another day in paradise. Oh yeah, put some soup. There's more pasta coming out. Okay. So, Mr. Pastor, what do you want? Don't go there. Don't you go there. Don't you go there. Oh, where does he want to go? Yeah, this interesting Pastor. I want to go. Let's put it here. This one here. Let's get some soap to spray. Let's reduce that a little bit. So now we go to carrot. And this is the beans soup. See? The beans are the bottom, so it's how it is. And it has some chicken in there too. It's just like a lovely, delicious soup. And this is how it is. It's served it with bread. So it's how it is. See? Simple, lovely, delicious soup. Get a few beans here. There you go. Son of a farmer making food here. In Nova Scotia province of Canada, Halifax City. Anyway, thank you so much. All the best to each and everyone. Wherever you may be, wherever you may be, wherever you may be. I'll add some of this. This is called stove top. Stove top. Turkey stuffing. What is this? Put here so you can see. Something like that. So kind of some flavor, whatever. Anyway, so I'll add onto that on there, and then it will give it good flavor. That's about it. And it's done. So this is what's for supper today. And bean, it's called 6 BEAN Medley. Thank you, asante sana. Greetings from Halifax, Nova Scotia Province, Canada. My name is Canadian SIMBA from Kenya. Asante sana gongwe missing bikyo go chak ngende kiraini nimetengeneza maragwe na kuku ngende go kokiet again got up something. And this is how it is. And I made some chicken and beans and some pasta. And this is what it looks like right here in the pot. And this is what it looks like in the bowl right there when served. And I will add some of this. I might as well do it now so you see how you work with. Alright, so this goes here. And this here so you can see what I'm doing. Let's turn around this way. Maybe there's going to be a little more light. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks. So, and some person. Yeah, this is how it looks. So, good. See how that looks. Put this back in the box. Check in the beans. Okay, rudisho kwa kipare kwa hiyo kitu. So this is what it looks like when it's served. And this is what it looks like in the pot. And I mix it there, the beans and the chicken, mix it up so it can blend in the flavors. Now it's turkey and chicken mix. See what it looks like? So it looks like. Boom. Supper, beans, mixed beans, and chicken and turkey and pasta by Canadian SIMBA from Kenya. That's the meal right there. And when it's served, this is what it looks like. So it looks like when it's served. And you can add some beans here. You can see how it is with the beans. See? Asante sana kwa kuwa missing big jog. Gracias, thank you, thank you. Tadarabu. Then you would. Welalan. Missing Welalan is the language of the great Mi'kmaq people here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province of Canada, and Eastern Canada and Northeastern USA. It's a great kingdom. Da 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 da. Cherono's family, my daughter. Da 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 da. So that's part of our family too. Da 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 da. Greetings to each and everyone from a good family and good family values. All the best to you and your family, worldwide, locally, worldwide, nationally, continentally, regionally, and globally. Santa sana, kung missing, be blessed and love yourself, love ourselves, be kind, and love myself and take good care of yourself, all good people.